When a friend of mine that I've known for about 25 years, we used to work together, a former colleague, she had a form of cancer which is normally quite successfully treated, and was the case for her. But then she relapsed and had to have a bone marrow transplant. And in her case, that whole process was designed to be very powerful in terms of killing any remaining cancer cells, but it also destroyed her kidney function. She had been managing it strictly with her diet. And then one day she called me up and said it had deteriorated to the point where she's gonna need to begin dialysis, and they were going to put her on a transplant list. It was easy for me to find reasons not to do anything. It was easy for me to say, well, that's too bad, good luck with that. You know, they'll find a donor, it'll be a deceased donor, whatever it is. I already knew that getting a transplant from a living donor was better than a deceased donor. And I could only imagine the stress and the panic that she must have been experiencing at the time. I blurted out to her, well, let's do a transplant then. And so from the time I made the decision until the time of the surgery, a little over a year had elapsed. I knew, and they explained to me, that they were looking for a positive outcome for both the donor and the recipient. And when I was going through it, I discovered that I was really neglectful of my kidneys, I hardly ever used to drink water. Now I drink tons of water. I might well have experienced some kind of health issue somewhere down the line, 10, 20, 30 years from now, and then only then realized that I had not been taking care of my body, not been taking care of my kidneys. And then once I got the green light, there was still a little bit of trepidation, but I was like, okay, we're good, let's go, let's do this. And it turned out we were not a match. So I said, okay, well, we're gonna do the paired exchange. If we do the paired exchange, then ultimately you're gonna end up with the kidney you need. We got our green light to go ahead, and then it was a question of timing. The two surgeries didn't happen at the same time at all. We were probably about 3 weeks apart. But she went first, and it looked to have, you know, when I called to see how she was doing, it looked to have gone very well. So I was very happy about that. And then as the time began to expire between for my surgery, a little bit more anxiety came in, but no, I'm gonna do this, we're doing this. And they kept telling me, if we're wheeling you into the room and you say you're not good, no problem. And so I had that, but I didn't wanna do that. I had committed to her that we're doing this, and I had committed to myself and to my family, and so I wanted to do this. I would want people to know that it's not as big a deal as I expected it to be, that it's almost certainly not as big a deal as they imagine it to be. I feel no different. I have no constraints on my life. I lead a fairly healthy lifestyle, but that's not because the doctor is imposing it, it's my own choice. And the actual scar where they remove the kidney is right around my belt line, and it's quite small. So I have to look for it consciously, right? And we take risks every day, and we never think about it. And I see this no different. This was a calculated risk that I took after doing a little bit of research. My team, the transplant team, was there every step of the way to answer every question I had and put my mind at ease, and not misleading me, not painting a rosier picture than it was, but just like, this is what we do, this is what we do. We do this all day, every day. And you're good, you're gonna be fine. And they were totally right.